June 6, 1945. A black truck slowly approaches the gates of a facility that officially doesn't exist. Snow falls quietly over Manchuria. A sign reads only Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department. But the soldiers guarding the gate know this place is not about water and not about prevention. This is Unit 731. No one outside Japan truly knows what happens here. Even most of the soldiers who serve don't. Because Unit 731 isn't a military base, it's a factory. A factory built to manufacture knowledge. Inside, the air smells of chemicals and cold metal. The corridors are lit by a pale yellow light. Every sound echoes. Footsteps, dripping water, the quiet ticking of a clock that never stops. Thousands of people have walked these halls. None of them ever left. Unit 731 was created under the cover of medical research. Officially, it studied infectious diseases. Unofficially, it studied how to weaponize them. Its commander, Shiro Ishii, believed one idea. To protect Japan, we must master death itself. Behind the main building, a series of underground labs. Here, prisoners are called not by name, but by number. They call them marutas, because in the eyes of science, they are no longer human. Just data. Just samples. Each morning, a truck arrives. Villagers, prisoners of war, even women and children unloaded like cargo. Guards whisper, "They won't last the week." Inside, doctors in white coats move with precision, documenting everything. Temperature, pulse, reaction. But the goal isn't to cure. It's to learn how much pain the body can take before it fails. In one room, a man lies on a table. No anesthesia, just straps and a metal tray of instruments. Scientists observe the progression of frostbite, timing every stage. In another, machines filled with fleas infected with plague. They're breeding death itself, counting how fast it spreads, how long before fever turns to silence. When the results are satisfactory, the data is sealed and archived. Everything is noted. Blood type, symptoms, hours until death. To them, these are numbers that will help Japan win the war. To history, they're proof of something darker. The moment when science lost its soul. But not everyone in Unit 731 is blind. Some of the younger doctors begin to question. They were told this work was for national security, that these subjects were dangerous. But now they see the truth. These aren't enemies. They're people. Farmers, students, even children. Whispers start to spread in the corridors. One doctor begins secretly copying records. He knows that war is nearing its end. If the Allies discover what was done here, the evidence must survive, even if he doesn't. August 1945. The radio in the command center crackles. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Japan surrenders. Panic spreads through Unit 731. Officers run. Scientists burn documents, destroy equipment. The last order from Ishii himself. Eliminate everything, no trace. But you can't burn memory. You can't erase what hundreds of men saw with their own eyes. When the Soviet army advances, the facility is gone, but the ground beneath still smells of formaldehyde. Pits filled with remains. Rooms with scalpels rusted in midair, as if the experiment ended in one frozen second of time. After the United States begins to collect intelligence. And here's where the story turns truly unbelievable. Instead of trials, many of Unit 731's doctors are offered immunity. In exchange for their research, data born from suffering becomes a bargaining chip in the Cold War. Shiro Ishii himself lives freely for decades. He even advises U.S. biological program. The victims are forgotten. The truth buried under classified documents. For years, Japan denies everything. The government calls it a myth. Schools never mention it, but survivors, Chinese, Korean, Russian, they remember the screams, the frost, the silence, and they tell their children. Only in the late 1980s did the files start to surface. Photos, notes, diagrams too detailed to deny. The world finally learns what happened at Unit 731, the human experiments, the plague bombs, the dissections of living people. Even now, much remains hidden. Many documents were smuggled into private archives, some still classified by the US Army. Because this wasn't just a story of one nation's cruelty. It became a foundation for modern biological warfare research. Thanks for watching.